Hello Facebook, it's Regina here. I hope you guys are having a great night. And yes, I know you're probably wondering, I am in the bathroom. This literally is the only quiet room in the whole house, unfortunately. And I'm not sitting on the toilet. I know you were thinking that too, weren't you? I'm sitting on a stool. But I just have been wanting to hop on Facebook and share my journey through Lyme disease and what the Lord has done in my heart and in my health and in my life the past year. And I'm not gonna spend this video sharing everything. I'm just gonna kind of share what God has been doing in my health and heart. And then my second leg of the video, hopefully the next couple days, will be more of my symptomology and my diagnosis of Lyme disease. And then the last part, the most favorite part, is going to be some of the natural therapies that I'm using to get well, and some different protocols and things that I'm on. So I'm so excited to share those with you. So whether it is Lyme or you have another chronic illness, an autoimmune issue, or live in chronic pain, I know this will benefit you. So I hope you can stay tuned and listen. So I want to start off by saying I hope this video brings you hope and that you don't forget that there's hope to heal. So whether you're watching and you yourself have Lyme disease, or you know someone with Lyme disease, or you have chronic pain or chronic illness, there is hope to heal. God has given us amazing resources through the things that He's made, food, as medicine, and just other things, and just people. People are healing, and God Himself is the greatest gift, and it has been the greatest gift to me in my healing process, leaning on Him and knowing that He's going to carry me through the darkest period of my life. Definitely. So just to set the bar straight, Lyme disease is very stigmatized, it's very misunderstood, and I myself knew nothing about it until I got it myself. I had no idea how debilitating it can truly be. If you get an early infection, or you have early or acute stage Lyme disease where you catch your infection early and you get it treated, that is truly the best case scenario. The relapse rate for that is a lot lower than if it gets caught late, whether you go misdiagnosed or maybe you don't have symptoms right away. It gives the Borrelia bacteria, it gives the Lyme bacteria a chance to travel throughout the body and cross the blood-brain barrier, get into multiple systems of the body, organs, tissues, and just wreak all sorts of havoc, unfortunately. And it just is really hard. It's really hard to eradicate at the body at that point. And you have to come at it from a different angle. You know, conventional things in the late stages just have a lower success rate. So you have to really kind of think outside of the box. And then, so again, stay tuned. I'm going to share some of those things with you. But I know what it's like to be in a deep, dark pit, not just the physical pain, but this mental game and this mental pain of, am I ever going to get well? And am I going to live like this forever? And I just struggled so much with that thought of, I can't function as a mom and as a wife and as just a human being in society feeling this way. Like, Lord, how can this be your purpose for me? Like, I can't get out of bed. Like, how am I supposed to live my life and to be a fruitful Christian and just to love life and to be kingdom minded if I am just laying in bed and can't even function? I lost count of the days that I spent in bed because of pain. I lost count of the days I spent in bed because of the anxiety and the depression. I lost count of the days the nights that I rolled over and told Jeremy, I'm not going to be here in the morning. I don't think I'm going to be here in the morning. My body is so worn and so weary, and not that I was giving up at that point. I wasn't giving up my battle, but I just didn't know how much longer my body could hang on and take it. I lost count of the number of times I would go upstairs and crawl into my kids' beds and just cry because I didn't know. I remember for Jed, his birthday was coming up, and that was like a period of time, like right before he turned 4, where I just was really having a Lyme flare up, and just did not feel well in any aspect. And so I just remember calling in his bed, and I'm like, buddy, I just don't even know if I'm gonna be here for your birthday. And it was just this past year has been really hard for me and my family, and it's hard to admit that. And so many people will say, you know, Regina, you didn't seem sick and you looked okay from the outside. But the thing about Lyme disease is, physically, most people with chronic Lyme disease look fine. It's just they are fighting the biggest battle of their lives on the inside. I've met so many people with Lyme disease that can't walk, that have lost their jobs, that are just living in lots of pain, that have been abandoned by friends and family because people just don't understand their illness, and people who are truly suffering and feel alone. And I guess that's my hope with this video, that you will know that you are not alone. And there is hope to heal. There is hope to heal. God has given us great resources for that. And that he will put you through, you know. And I feel like every time I felt like, okay, Lord, I'm getting into the deep end and I cannot keep afloat any longer, that's when I would just see his hand, like him pulling Peter out of the water. That is like the vision of my Lyme journey, has been him with his hand out and me grabbing his hand and him pulling me up out of the water, you know, in his strength, you know, because there were times where I'm like, I have no desire to go on, I have no strength to go on, I don't know what else to do with my body. And a lot of that too is I was undiagnosed for a big chunk of time, and I was feeling really ill for a long period of time, but yet nobody knows what's wrong with you, you know. And so, and people ask me all the time, like, do you remember your bite? Did you get a tick bite? And the answer is yes and no. I had found a funky looking bite in my body last spring, so before all my symptoms started manifesting themselves. And snapped a picture of it because it looked funky. I wasn't having any symptoms at the moment, but I noticed the bite. It was not a bullseye rash like some people get with Lyme disease, but it was very a little disturbing, a little alarming, but again, really nothing too much of it because I was feeling fine at that time. So that's a kind of a yes and no answer to the question. But God is good. He loves you. And I don't know, I just want to reiterate that if you're watching this and you are in my boat or a similar boat where you just don't feel well, and just some verses that have really ministered to me during my very, very dark hours, days, and months. And I feel like I was to a point where it's like, okay, I can handle being sick for a few days. It's miserable, but okay. And then the days turn into weeks, and then you're like, well, I can handle a few more weeks of this. And then the weeks turn into months, and then you get to a point where you're like, the cycle's not stopping, and it cannot hold on. I don't know if I can I'm holding on by my rope. And that's when I feel the Lord just reveals himself even more. When you are in the thinnest, holding onto the thinnest rope, just don't let go. It's still part of the rope, you know? And I was an insomniac for a very long time, still struggle with that from time to time, but that is when I would just get out my Bible and I would read, and I would lean on to what was true. I would trust that he loves me, he's there for me, he's not going anywhere, and those truths just kept me going and pushed me forward, not just with my disease, but with just healing. And I started a journal of all the verses that just were encouragement to me, and I'm not going to read them all, but some of them that just really spoke to me and helped me in my healing process were Psalm 33:4, for the word of the Lord holds true, and we can trust everything he does. I literally took this verse and plastered it over in my bathroom. I plastered it in my school bag. I put it in my school bag. I put it in my purse. I put it all over the house, and I would just read that, and I'd be like, no matter what I felt like opening up the refrigerator or what I felt like digging into my purse, that I could trust him. I could trust him in the moments where I felt good and the moments I felt bad, and then this up and down journey of Lyme disease. And then I read a lot through the book of Job. If you don't know anything about Job, he suffered lots of affliction and suffering in his life, and I just found great comfort reading that. And it said, should we accept only good things from the hand of God and never anything bad? And that just always struck a chord with me. Like, you know, we're always like rejoicing and happy when we get a blessing or when these great things come across our path. But when we have some trials or tribulations, sometimes we're just not as thankful. And I just knew that in those moments I had to be thankful because God was using it. He wasn't wasting it. He was using it for his good or my good and his glory. And he was using it to even better equip me to help serve and love on others who are dealing with chronic pain, chronic illness. And just knowing that sometimes God accomplishes higher purposes in a period of your sickness than he does in your health. And knowing that even though I felt down and out and worthless and purposeless a lot of days, because I'm like, okay, I'm in bed all day, how's this helping anybody? That he was still working. He was still working in those moments. So I just want to encourage you. Your fight's not over. Don't give up. Reach out. People love you. I would love to resource you in any way at all, whether it's about Lyme disease or something else. But I really hope you stay tuned for my next 2 videos. I'm excited to share some more of what's going on. So have a great night, you guys. I love you. See ya.